what do we have here? Inductive xenon timing light, OBD monster. Complete easy to use instructions, so simple anyone can do it. Challenge accepted. Hello YouTubes, my good friend William at Solar Garage, link up there and in description, has sent me more tools. This time he sent me a timing light. I recently installed a brand new HEI distributor and I kind of adjusted the timing by sight and by feel and by sound, so let's do it properly. All I need is my timing lights, very basic. I'll go through that in a minute. I need a spanner to adjust my distributor. I need some form of blocker thing to put into my vacuum hose for the vacuum advance, and a flathead screwdriver to adjust the idle. Right, let's get this out of the box and I'll show you what's in here. Right, inside the box, obviously you've got your timing gun. This one does have a trigger. I would prefer if the trigger was on all the time, otherwise I'm going to have to be having my hand down somewhere that I don't necessarily want it. So I may have to put a zip tie around that. We'll see what happens when it's running. It might just be a fake button, who knows. So off the bat you've got three wires. One's a positive, one's a negative, going to the positive and negative of your battery. And the third wire is your electrode pickup. That goes on to number 1 spark plug lead on this particular engine. That will be left hand side or driver's side front of the engine. Obviously it's not driver's side if it's a right hand drive car. Bear that in mind, people. Right, so the other thing to remember is when you've got all these wires plugged in and the engine will be running, you're going to have fans and all sorts of stuff at the front, so make sure you don't have your wires dangling over the front. If anything, route them round that way, because the timing area that I want to use the gun at is at the other side. Okay, the next thing I want to do, I'm going to remove my air filter, give me more access, and block off that vacuum hose. So this is the hose, which comes from your vacuum advance on your distributor into the carburetor. Let's see, I'm just going to block it off with a drill bit for now. I don't want any air getting sucked into the carburetor that's not supposed to be. So that's that done. Next thing I want to do is just loosen off the hold down bolt that keeps the distributor from rotating. Not completely off, obviously, just enough so that I can still rotate it by hand. I had to get a shorter 14mm because that one I had was too long, didn't give me access. Okay, we're loose. Now, I should point out, I did pre-warm the engine a little bit first. Otherwise, trying to start it without that vacuum in would have been a bit choppy. Right, let me clip on my light, my timing light, and then we can start it up and see where we're at. Now, my battery is in the trunk of the car, so I'm just going to have to find a constant live 12 volt. And the closest one I've got here is the back of the alternator, so I know that that one will be 12 volt, and then I can earth it wherever, probably earth it there. So what I'll do is I'm going to put the ground, shall we say. I'm going to put the ground there. I'm going to leave this off for now, and I'm not going to put that on until I'm ready to fire it up, because I'm going to be taking this over the other side and pulling the wire and all sorts. So I'll get the gun in position around the other side. I'll get the electrode on spark plug number 1 lead, and then I'll put the positive on and then fire it up. Okay, making sure I've got enough room, enough wire that can get round and see the target, shall we say. Plenty of wire. So, electrical pickup goes on spark plug cable number 1, right at the front. Let's put it above the red hot exhaust manifold. That should be good there. So all that's left to do is put on the positive connection, start up the car, and away we go. I will show you what I'm going to be looking at before I start it up, because once I start it up you won't hear a thing. Okay, front left of the engine, you can see I've got a nice timing mark on the harmonic balancer down there, and if you look up there you've got those jaggy marks. The big jaggy indent is top dead center, and I'm going to be setting this about, I don't know, between 8 and 10 degrees before top dead center, which is above that mark. I'm wanting that mark there to be up a bit here. But hey, if it runs like crap, I'll set it to where it feels the best. I'm not going to be determined to go exactly 10 degrees or 8 degrees before top dead center if it runs like a pig, let's face it. The only way to do that, or to know that for sure, is to take it for a drive. So as I say, we'll get it in the ballpark area and then we'll go for a drive. Flames are not good, especially when I've got my timing wire over it. But it's a good sign that the timing is way off. Degrees, and it sounds pretty good. I'll probably turn the idle down a bit, because when I plug the vacuum advance in, the revs are going to go up. It sounds pretty good. I'll let you see what it looks like with the timing light on. Actually just dropped a little bit because I haven't tightened the distributor. It's actually, yeah, it should be a bit there. Yeah. So I'm going to tighten the distributor down, let it run for a wee bit to make sure it was up to temperature, and then put the vacuum pipe back in. what I mean about the revs going up, so now I need to turn the idle down. Sounds good to me. I'll put the air filter back on, we'll go for a drive. I did bring my spanner with me, just in case I have to adjust on the fly. Anytime you work under your hood and you drive off and you're like, did I remember to take that off or put that on or remove that tool? So paranoid. Like, what was that noise? Did I just lose another tool? Who knows? Oh well. Feels quite nice, but who knows. I need to do a standing start and see if it splutters like it used to do. Kind of busy at the moment. Water temperature's at 180, just below, which is perfect. My volts are good, oil pressure's good. I know you're supposed to go slow, but this guy's ridiculous. Can't even get into third gear. But I think it always smells petrol-y. I'm just used to driving more sophisticated modern cars and cars without petrol at all, namely the Mini. Right, let's go along this way, get away from that slow Joe. hour, see what happens. Hopefully it won't stutter. Here we go. Well, that's good. Fairly responsive. Try again, I'm at a stop sign. Oh yeah. Oh, that's way better. Instant wheel spin. I mean, I'm going to get wheel spin anyway because I've got summer tyres and minus 20 degrees. That's not fair. It's only minus 5 today. So, not exactly ideal for summer rubber. Summer rubber, had be a blast. Oh, that's not right. Oh my goodness, someone's Mr. Angry up there. It wasn't me. Right, I'm going to nip in and get some groceries for tonight's dinner, and we'll see what Bugsy's like when we start him after a little rest, okay? We're idling around about 1000 RPM, which does seem high, but with an automatic, when you put it into drive, it takes the revs right down. I don't want it to stall. Sounds and feels good though. Peppy now. Or peppier. Always been quite peppy. Okay. Back shortly. Am I the only one that's concerned that their hot rod's going to be in fire by the time they get back out of the shops? Or is that just me? Right. Shopping done, let's go home. Need to address that rusty bit. And by rusty bit I mean the whole car. Right, let's see how he starts. One pump. It's different. I should have given it 2 pumps. Anyway, I'm going to wait for a wee minute for it to warm up before I head off. We'll see you at the house. Nice when it doesn't immediately stall when you put it into drive. It's just a hot rod thing. Still dying to know what that clunking sound was. What did I lose this time? I'm not going to find out till I need it, whatever it was. Or I could retrace my steps. feels good. Happy with that. Now you're probably wondering, Dave, why have you parked in the wrong driveway? Because best neighbours in the world. Sure beats having to put the cover on every single time I park it outside. Don't worry, it's only temporary. I've not exactly bought their house, but they're kind enough to let me use their garage for a wee while. Isn't that awesome? Thank you very much, Kevin and Jackie. Okay, I suppose I better go into my own garage now, eh? So thank you yet again to William at Solar Garage for buying almost everything off of my Amazon wish list. Hey, you got to let other people have a shot of buying this stuff. Hint, hint. Anyway, make sure you check out William's garage, William's channel, Solar Garage. He's got some very interesting Mopar content and he's looking to buy a new project. So you really need to get over to William's channel, subscribe, and see what he's up to. Thanks, William. Right, car's running great. This is great. Oh, by the way, if you actually want one of these cheap and cheerful timing guns, I've got a link in the description to Amazon to get one. It does the job, nothing fancy. The trigger is on off, but I didn't actually have a problem with that. What we do next? Oh yeah, the low cost. It's getting a bit warmer, so we'll be getting onto that very soon. Meanwhile, I'm going in for a wee coffee and a wee heat. Thanks for watching. Bye everyone. You know what I forgot, don't you? Forgot the shopping. Oh well. It was an almost flawless plan. See you later.